I still can't get over how Mayor of Johannesburg, a candidate Helen Zille of the DA, spoke to Anele Mdoda. I said it in my previous segment that the DA loves to be cushioned and use the media to shine up their brand, but deep down, the DA is just as rotten as the ANC. And when journalists or podcasters try to question or expose that rot, they are being talked to like trash.
Let's say you are found to be involved in corruption, things like the Zilla Spook tenders. How do we approach that? Because you already said that that's not the vibe that you're going to go on, but it has come up. Once again, my question to you is, it just sounds like you're saying the DA is corrupt, but we're not as corrupt as the ANC. So how do you work around that when there is some sort of trail that there has been corruption in the DA?
That is hilarious, Anele. You say you're not insulting me. That is an extremely insulting thing to say.
Guys, was that an insult?
It is a deep insult to say that the DA is corrupt and that I'm corrupt.
No,
deep insult.
But okay, the Zilla Spook tender files did present corruption.
Can I just say, Anele never called you corrupt.
She says, what about the Zilla corruption? So let me now
Zilla
answer her question.
Spook tender. No, I didn't say the Zilla corruption.
What is the Zilla Spook tender?
Kaloku, there was also allegations of corruption under you. So I'm saying, if that is found, because you are saying the reason you're going to be able to
I'd
run
love to hear corruption under
Johannesburg.
me. I'd love to hear corruption
Yes,
under me.
but that's what I'm saying, that you are
Give
saying
me
that the
evidence.
reason that
Give me
Johannesburg
evidence.
is not run well is because that you're right, the money does disappear. That's something you and I both agree on. But I'm saying that there are allegations of corruption within the DA.
Examples?
So would you
Examples?
Nancy, this book files the 10 is on.
Which book? Give me examples, please.
Helen, is there anything else you'd like to say before we make sure that every single time that you are here campaigning, we want to hear from you?
If you ask me a question and make an allegation, you have to substantiate it. Simple.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. There were allegations. So what I'm saying to you is...
Allegations is not proof.
If there is found to be corruption within the DA, right?
Yeah.
That means that you can't do what you're saying that you are going to do.
Okay, let me give you an answer to that question, Anele. The bottom line answer to that question is...
Anele asked the tough questions, something the DA never encountered since establishing their political party. It was all daisies and roses all their lives, which helped them keep up their polished brand propaganda. I can't imagine how the black members of the DA are being treated behind closed doors if they dare question any discrepancies. I mean, if they can talk to Anele, a black woman like that, what more a black member of the DA? And here to answer that question for us is the president of Action SA and former member of the DA. He served as the mayor of Johannesburg under the DA from 2016 to 2019. It's Herman Mashaba. Check out this.
Very funny. Now, for me, the 3 years I was the mayor, the difficult partner in my coalition was the party I was representing, the DA.
Yes.
Because they, for some reason, were against me making provision
For the poor?
For the poor.
Yeah.
We literally from day one, they just did not understand why I was taking or using so much of my energy in poor communities.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I was ignoring the suburbs. I mean, I've got a house for over 30 years in Sandton, and I want to live in a clean environment. But at the same time, I can't live side by side. You know, I live in Athol. On the other side of the freeway, it's Alexander,
Correct.
where people don't have toilets.
So
you look at the living conditions.
the roads are in complete dysfunction.
Yes,
Potholes everywhere.
yeah, no. So these were things which were really obviously close to my heart, but unfortunately created a situation where I had to sever my ties with the DA, with the Helen Zille being the one instrumental in my decision, because she decided to mobilize some of the white councillors working with me to make my life difficult. And
It ended.
obviously the final straw was when I came across her secret meetings with the ANC for the ANC to come out with a motion of no confidence against me, calling me an EFF mayor. So when she came back into politics, but I warned the DA, I said, if this woman comes back, I'm out, because I would not want to be associated with such human beings, with
Sure.
such people. And so when she came back back into the DA, I decided to disassociate myself with her. And even right now, I don't want anything to do with such human beings, because I think
Looks like Helen Zille's biggest problem in her mayoral campaign isn't the ANC, isn't the Action SA, and is definitely not the EFF. It's her own track record. These bombs dropped by former Johannesburg Mayor Herman Mashaba about what it was like working under Zille in the DA, they are not pretty. I'm not gonna lie, they are not. Herman Mashaba says that when he was DA mayor of Johannesburg, Helen Zille made his job almost impossible, difficult. Why? Because Mashaba focused on poor black communities, the people living in townships, informal settlements, and neglected areas of the city. According to him, Zille didn't get it. She allegedly told him he was wasting his time in those kind of areas. You see what I mean when I say the DA abused black members behind closed doors. If you disagreed with some of their racist policies of the party, Helen Zille will mobilize white leaders within the DA to go against you. Herman was not allowed to make executive decisions as mayor of Johannesburg without consulting his white bosses that were already on edge with him being mayor of Johannesburg. Thanks to Helen Zille feeding them lies about him, duh. And here's why this matters today. Helen Zille wants to be Johannesburg's mayor, right? But Mashaba's words undercut that. It cuts straight to her campaign. First, they paint her as dismissive of the poor in a city where inequality is on every street corner. That's a deal breaker for me already. Second, they highlight the DA's internal cultural problem. Why so many black leaders from Musi Maimane to Lindiwe Mazibuko to Herman Mashaba himself walked out of this disillusioned party? Why? And thirdly, it confirms what Anele Mdoda and so many ordinary South Africans already feel about Helen Zille, that they feel like Helen Zille cannot be trusted to put the interests of black people first. She can't. Mashaba's claims show us a DA that only wants to govern the parts of the city that vote DA, while writing off the rest as a lost cause. And that's not leadership, that's abandonment, by the way. So here's the question, South Africa. If Helen Zille couldn't back a mayor who wanted to fight for the poor, what makes us believe she'll do it herself in Johannesburg? Let me know in the comments. Do you think Mashaba's words will sink her campaign, or will Zille brush this off as political mudsliding? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are cutting through the spin, one story at a time, right here on the African Diaspora News channel. And oh, family, I have my own YouTube channel. It's called The Native Talk. The link is in the description box below.